is in shame, so says Stephen, as a big roar around the ground. And the officials leading the teams out. Mr. Busby, the referee, and the two teams coming out right in the middle here where the tunnel is at the Stadium of Light. The Sky Blues are in their sky blue shirts, shorts and socks. Sunderland in their traditional red and white stripes, although they've got just red on the backs of their shirts and stripes on the front of their shirts, red shorts and red socks. They turn and face us, albeit they're a long, long way down there. And the Sunderland players go across and shake the hands of the Coventry players, and plenty of noise around the stadium, which has actually filled up dramatically the last few minutes. It does look a very impressive sight here. The Sky Blues fans will have to work hard today to make their feelings known.
Like you were saying there, Clive and Martin, I mean, it's a big fixture. These two teams shouldn't be where they are, we know that. But that for me makes it the lovely red and white stripes there, you know, the black shorts and the sky blue outfit, you know, that's a lovely strip. I just love wearing that sky blue strip. Great colours.
Dan from the Neaton says, rumour has it there will be ground sharing with Birmingham City next season. That's certainly been talked about. Initially, some of the press guys in Birmingham were dismissing that, but now the whispers seem to be that could be on the cards. Dan says, I'm not renewing a season ticket for myself and two sons next season. Will not give Sisu another penny. Will never watch the Wasps at Rico. They're as much to blame as Sisu. They have no regard for their fans either. I have to say, Dan, in fairness, they've taken most of their fans with them. Most of them have come willingly with them. But anyway, Dan goes on to say, let's make as much noise protesting the last few games as possible. Show the football world what Sisu and the Wasps are doing to our fantastic football club. Sisu out, Wasps out. So says Dan. So the players now preparing for the pre-match handshakes as usual. There's not so many of them actually. Usually you have a whole host of adult guests out there in the middle of the pitch. This time there aren't so many. Sunderland have certainly got themselves plenty of mascots today. I can see 7 young mascots and 1 Sky Blues mascot. We'll have to see if I can get a name check on who the Sky Blues mascot is this afternoon. But they're all now scampering off the pitch. What are you looking for then, Nick, from the Sky Blues? What sort of start are you looking for from them?
Well, I think they're going to have to be, it's the old cliche in football, the first 20 minutes, if they can ride out the storm, stop Sunderland from scoring. The longer the game goes on, they will have a great chance, and it's a great chance for the Coventry City players, because Mark Robbins has said he thinks, you know, obviously looking at top in the league, but he thinks Sunderland are the best team in the league, and obviously they've got the biggest wage bill as well, and they've got the biggest crowd, the fans behind them, like 30,000 probably here today. So Coventry City, let's see what they've got about themselves in the first 20 minutes, how they start, and let's enjoy the game, lads.
So we're about to get underway here at the Stadium of Light. I'm Clive Eakin, with us Martin Winch and our very special guest Nick Pickering this afternoon as we get underway. Sunderland versus Coventry City. Strangely, it's in the third tier of English football, but you could almost forget that now when you look at the ground and look at the atmosphere, the number of home and away supporters at this game. Sunderland have a throw-in level with their own penalty area. A very poor clearance upfield. Hewula jumps and tries to get his head to it, doesn't make contact. Shipley's in there, and so is Kelly. Kelly eventually wins it. He spreads it out to the right to Sterling. Sterling, a good ball to Eda Bakari, who plays it into the penalty area. The pass maybe lacked conviction a little bit, and out for a throw-in, but a nervy start from Sunderland and a good one in the first few seconds for Coventry.
Yeah, they've started well, Coventry. Great pass in there, and Sterling could have done better with his cross there, but Sunderland will be nervous, like you say, the first 20 minutes. Coventry are going to take the game to them today.
Throw in for the Sky Blues, Eda Bakari, and gives it to Sterling and played it into the penalty area. No one there to take it. That feeling that Eda Bakari missed a chance to get a butter ball in there. There were forwards waiting for it. Let's go through the Sky Blues team. Now they're lining up. So Lee Burge in goal, Brandon Mason at left back. We're watching as the Sky Blues kick from right to left here. The central defenders, Dom Heim on the left of the two, Tom Davis on the right, and they're having to do some defending now as Sunderland get into the penalty area. There's a cross which ricochets off Sterling and is volleyed away convincingly by Liam Kelly. Juzon Sterling then at right back, Liam Kelly on the right of the two central midfield players with Shipley on the left. Geordie Hewula on the ball now on the left wing. He's combining with Brandon Mason there. Out on the right is Luke Thomas. Bright Eda Bakari in the number 10 role and Amadou Bakayoko, the main man up front for Coventry City, who have the ball outside their own penalty area. BBC Coventry and Warwickshire from the Stadium of Light. The Sky Blues being pressed in possession, and even Lee Berger on the edge of his 6-yard box being challenged, but he gets the clearance up to the halfway line, and Sunderland pick it up in defence for them, and they play it out to the right hand side to Luke O'Neill, who I assume is not overly superstitious as he wears number 13 on his shirt. The ball is volleyed forward by Dom Hyan. Bakayoko heads it down, and it's come off a Sunderland player and out for a Sky Blues throw. Jack Ross, the Sunderland manager, their hands in pockets on the left technical area. Mark Robbins on the right, applauding the Sky Blues supporters who are making their voices heard here despite being so far up in the Stadium of Light. Brandon Mason plays the ball across his own half and finds Davis for the Sky Blues. Davis to Sterling, back to Tom Davis in the centre of Coventry City's defence. He plays a ball out towards the left looking for Huwulu. He didn't find him, and the ball is headed away, but again Sunderland are a bit untidy in getting the ball clear. They do eventually manage it, but just for a moment they're in danger once again. They're giving the ball away in their own half, and they're still being pressed here by the Sky Blues. They're getting themselves into a bit of a kerfuffle before their goalkeeper John McLaughlin is able to clear up to halfway, but Davis gets his head onto it, and Sunderland pick it up deep in defence again with one of their centre halves on the ball there, Tom Flanagan. You can certainly hear the Sky Blues supporters. As I say, we can't really see them from where we are, but we can certainly hear them as Sunderland have it on the left-hand side. Well, Davis right to the back of a Sunderland player. The referee's played an advantage there. It wasn't a great challenge, and Sunderland get it out into the left wing, and it's volleyed clear and out for a throw. Cov have conceded the first try against Nottingham. They trail by 7 points to 0 at the Butts Park Arena.
Just looking there, Clive, Coventry started well. They're closing down midfield very fast on the Liam Kelly and Jordan Shipley, but he has Sunderland on the left hand side now. Sunderland then on their left wing, halfway inside the Sky Blues half is Grant Ledbetter. Out further to the left, the ball played into the middle, and it's picked up by Honeyman, their captain, to the edge of the area, played into the area, but Dom Hyan was first to it to clear it for the Sky Blues. Coventry City get up to halfway. Sunderland pick it up again, pick it up in their own half. Jack Baldwin, and it comes out to the left again. Sunderland supporters roaring their team on. The ball played into space for Brian Oviedo to chase, but Tom Davis is there first and gets it out for a throw-in to Sunderland. Yeah, good covering there by Davis. He had to come across there in the right back spot, and he's put it out. But Sunderland trying to build on that left-hand side. Got a throw-in now.
Davis in the side with Jordan Widders still out injured in his 16th league start of the season. Sunderland take the throw in towards the corner, and it's with it in the corner there is Charlie Wyke, who manages to get it back out, and Sunderland pick it up halfway inside the Sky Blues half, bring it out to the right. Oh, it's a good pass that, and it's found Luke O'Neill. He gets across it. There's a chance here, wasn't very well connected with, and a foul eventually by Sunderland. That was a real chance there, I think, for Lewis Morgan. He didn't really get clean contact on it, which was fortunate for the Sky Blues. Sunderland very nearly getting the first goal.
Yeah, great ball, wasn't it, inside the fullback. The Coventry City was struggling there, and the cross came in, and Lewis Morgan, he could have had a touch there. He hit it the first time the left hand volley on a volley, and 15 yards out he miscued. That was a great chance.
Premier League, important game for Southampton, who are still struggling against relegation, but they lead Wolves by a goal to 0 through Nathan Redmond. Sky Blues here, still at 0-0 against Sunderland. We've been playing 6 minutes, and the Sky Blues bring the ball up to the halfway line. And it's Mason who plays it down the left channel to Jordan Shipley. Shipley cuts inside, plays it back to Kelly. Sky Blues still have it on the left. Mason has tackled. That'll be a Sky Blues throw-in. Deep inside the Sunderland half. Throw taken by Mason, who finds Bright Enabakari. Enabakari now moving towards the penalty area. Right-footed ball in, diving header away, but a chance here for Luke Thomas. He hesitates, he's still going. He shoots, it's blocked, and it just flies across goal, and Huwulu couldn't quite reach it, and it's gone out for a corner to the Sky Blues, but chances there for Coventry City.
What a chance, Luke Thomas. He almost had too much time, didn't he? 17 yards out there, and he just got to put his foot straight through that, and he should have scored. And it got deflected, but what a chance. I mean, he did well there, didn't he, the lad? Bekahari as well as Bakayoko. The Coventry City having a go, a real good go here.
So first corner for the Sky Blues from the left. Keeper grabs it well. McLaughlin comes out and grabs the corner, and it remains 0-0. Spring Martin Winch's. It's been a lively old start, Martin.
Yeah, both sides having chances, not necessarily clear cuts, although I guess having opportunities around 10 yards from the goal for either side would suggest that they've got themselves into decent positions. I like your word kerfuffle earlier, because both sides are sort of causing problems for the defence by pushing them back and making it hard for them to get out of their own sort of third and get back up to the other side. But when they do, they are looking dangerous, both sides.
Sunderland playing a cross-field ball which beats everybody and goes out for a Sky Blues throw. Still 0-0, but real chance there for the Sky Blues. And not a good start for Leamington. They've gone 1-0 down at home to Alfreton. Leamington 0, Alfreton Town 1. We've got a delay here because Lee Birch is tying his bootlaces up, which the referee is not too impressed with that. He's saying, get on with it. Warwickshire hanging on, 283 for 9. But Doncaster Rovers are afraid of taking the lead against Plymouth. Not good news for the Sky Blues, that. Doncaster Rovers 1, Plymouth 0. And it's Tommy Rowe that's sent the team from Devon dizzy there with that goal. In the Championship, former Sky Blues player Lukas Jukovic has scored for Birmingham. They're 1 up at Ipswich, and QPR leads Swansea by a goal to 0. Well, Lee Burge is ready. The Sky Blues have a throw inside their own half, taken by Brandon Mason. Loops it into the Sunderland half. It's too high for Bakayoko to head. Awula gets a glancing header onto it, but Sunderland win the ball. Kelly under pressure gets the ball back to Davis, who just had to get to that quickly, and he could only hit it in the end horizontally and into touch for a throw-in, but he had to play the ball quickly because there were 2 players on him. And the Sky Blues got themselves into a bit of trouble there. Sunderland clearly pressing the Sky Blues inside their own half, as they have it now on the right wing to the Wearsiders. And a good ball played by Honeyman, and then the cross is blocked, but it comes out towards the left. An important interception from Dujon Sterling as Oviedo threatened to get on the end of that one, and then Sunderland miscontrolled the ball. A mistake there by Jack Baldwin, so the Sky Blues get a throw in.
Yeah, Oviedo, Sunderland there, just miscontrolled it. I'm just laughing though, the game's gone quiet there, the throw in. The boots these days, lads, I never thought I would see yellow boots on a goalkeeper and outfield players.
One of these days a player's going to come up in a pair of black boots and he'll be the odd one out.
Yeah.
Here are Sunderland inside the centre circle, playing the ball forward. Little 1-2 there, and it comes out to the right to O'Neill, back into his own half. Sky Blues also pressing, giving Sunderland a taste of their own medicine, and they force Ledbetter to pass back to his goalkeeper. He gets the ball out, and Sunderland bring it up towards the halfway line. It's a big Boone microphone that's been carried in the stand in front of us. They're doing one of these documentary programmes that seems to be the in thing for football clubs these days, a season at Sunderland. It's a chap walking around with a microphone on a tall stick.
I think they do one for last season, so they're probably hoping that the follow-up is a bit more positive.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good ball there for Sunderland. This is a chance of poor ball control, and the Sky Blues survive, but they were just in danger there as Sunderland threatened to Charlie White got around the back of the Coventry City defence, but he couldn't control it, and the chance went begging. Sunderland have it again with O'Neill on the right. He's looking for options. He plays the ball into the penalty area. There's a hint of him being caught late there, but the referee didn't give it, and Lee Burge was able to gather it for the Sky Blues. He bowls it out to Kelly and finds Kelly in space. Kelly's able to turn and get up to the halfway line. He stops and checks and then gives it to Sterling. Coventry City with possession just inside their own half. Davis with a diagonal ball to Bakayoko, who lays it off for Shipley. Shipley out to the left to Mason. Mason to Huwula, who tries a little to Bakari rather. He tries a little flick. flick, but loses possession. But then Sunderland obligingly give it to Bakayoko. He gives it to Huwula, then to Eda Bakari, who shoots and scores. Bright Eda Bakari gives Coventry City the lead after Sunderland gave possession away inside their own half. Bakayoko won it, got it to Huwula, then to Eda Bakari, who stroked it into the bottom corner of the net, and the home crowd are silent while 2,000 Sky Blue supporters cheer the goal. It is Sunderland 0, Coventry City 1.
Got to say, great finish, wasn't it, by the lad? I've been impressed with his touches early on. He's skillful on the ball, isn't he? He just came inside. Sunderland, yes, give it away. I think it was Luca Unai in the right fullback. Can't give the ball away cheaply 30 yards out like that. But he didn't half take it well, Eno Bakari. He's come inside, dropped his shoulder on the left, and he's come on the right hand side, and he's bent it right in the bottom corner. We had a great view of it, Clive. Great goal for the Sky Blues.
His 5th goal of the season, and the Sky Blues lead at the Stadium of Lights. And just worth reminding, just pointing out, Sunderland have not been shut out at all at home this season. So
tell you what, Clive,
there's a long way to go.
Tell you what, Clive, we've got a great game on now.
Yep.
This is going to be an exciting afternoon, I tell you now, because I can see more goals coming.
Well, Martin, it was a really nicely worked goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. No surprise that it came from a mistake, because both sides have been pressing the defence to try and force them into that side of things. But a great play by 3 of the front 4 for the Sky Blues. Bakayoko and Huwula involved, and then Eda Bakari just taking his time and curling it right-footed from the edge of the penalty area. The keeper, McLaughlin, no real chance, even outstretched. He was never going to get to that.
Well, you can hear the Sky Blues song ring around the ground now while the home fans sulk. Elsewhere in League One, Walsall have gone a goal down, and Accrington Stanley, as Sunderland get a cross in, that's blocked. The ball's headed into the Sky Blues penalty area, headed away by Shipley, further headed clear by Kelly, and interception by Huwula, and the Sky Blues will get it away. And the home crowd already having a go at their team. They're not happy at all. And the Sky Blues, who lead by a goal to nil, have it on the left-hand side. It's Kelly. Oh, that's a good ball out to the right. Dujon Sterling having to shield his eyes from the sun on that far side of the ground. He plays the ball back to Davis. Davis to Kelly, back to Davis. Sky Blues playing with it a little deep inside their own half, which is a little dangerous because Sunderland's pressing, and maybe they're looking to bring them onto them and then get the ball forward. Here's Shipley back to goal, gives it back to Lee Burge. All in yellow. Burge strokes it out to his left to Hyam. Back to Burge.
Tell you what,
Burge to his right. Go on, Nick.
They haven't half stunned the home fans. Coventry City, they've started well, they're playing well. I mean, that goal's going to give Mark Rounds and his Sky Blue team a lot of confidence, and you can see look at the space in the midfield there for them. Yeah,
as Bakayoko chests the ball down to Thomas, he gets it out to the left to Mason to Huwula, just over hit the pass for Eda Bakari, maybe caught in two minds there. Huwula to go for the longer pass to Bakayoko, or the short one to Eda Bakari. In the end he fell between two stools, and now the Sky Blues are scampering backwards as Sunderland attack him down the left hand side. There's a good one into the Sky Blues penalty area here, as a chance and a goal. A deflected shot from George Honeyman, and the Sky Blues lead doesn't last long. A break from Sunderland down the left hand side. It came to Honeyman, and Lee Burge was flat footed as I think the ball got a deflection. It's Sunderland 1, Coventry City 1.
Well, I did say I thought there could be goals after that great goal by Eda Bakari, but I tell you what, he's run a long way, the left full-back there, Brian Oviedo. He's done a great run all the way down the left. He's come inside, and then it's came there to Honeyman, and it's took a deflection, Clive, and Lee Burge had no chance. And it's a cracking advert for the League One football now. There could be quite a few goals here. It could be an interesting afternoon.
Just frustrating for the Sky Blues, isn't it? It just felt that they could have kept Sunderland at bay for 15 minutes or so. It could have turned quite ugly for the home side. As it is, they're more relaxed now at 1-1. Other latest scores in League One: Bristol Rovers 0, Bradford 1. Reading lead Brentford by a goal to nil in the Championship. And QPR 2-0 up now against Swansea. Charlton 0, Luton 1 at the top of League One. The Sky Blues at 1-1 here. We have certainly a game on our hands. The Sky Blues are going to take some confidence from the way they started this game despite conceding that equaliser. They are still causing problems. Here's Jordan Shipley inside the Sunderland half, out to his left to Ena Bakari. Ena Bakari running at the Sunderland defence. He's into the penalty area. Slightly dangerous challenges on him. He's still going and he pulls the ball back. Couldn't quite get it back to Huwula, who was waiting in the middle. And now the Sky Blues having to defend, but they succeed as Kelly wins the ball and gets it to Davis. Davis to Shipley, back to Kelly, the Sky Blues captain. Real atmosphere around the Stadium of Light now as the ball is played back by Sterling to Lee Burge. The Sunderland fans, obviously encouraged by the equaliser, are now right on the team's side. Here's Shipley forward though for the Sky Blues to Mason. Mason tackled. Sky Blues throw.
Good game, Clive. As you say, Mark Rums will be annoyed because when they've got a goal like that, the home crowd are getting on Sunderland's back a little bit, and you can see in a few minutes to give Sunderland massive heart again. And it's game on big time now. But
the fact that no one put a tackle in on Oviedo, he started in his own half, and it was only by the time he got into the penalty area that they thought, well, we'll try and stop him here, and he's still obviously got the ball to Honeyman.
And he's ran 60-70 yards here, Martin, Clive, and bad defending by Coventry. You've got to put a challenge in, you really have to. And you got the break, Honeyman, the deflection, now it's gone in the net, so it's 1-1.
Mason on the ball forward here. Huwula didn't quite reach him. I think the assistant referee was about to flag, and I think he would have been wrong. Well, as it happened, the ball didn't reach Huwula anyway. Kelly plays the ball back to Davis. Davis striding towards the halfway line. Forward to Thomas. Good turn from Thomas. Survives an attempted foul. Great through ball for Bakayoko. It's 2-1 to the Sky Blues. Great stuff from Luke Thomas. Beautifully measured ball to Bakayoko, who got around the back of the Sunderland defence and struck the ball into the net. What a game here in this first half of the Stadium of Light. It is Sunderland 1, Coventry City 2.
Unbelievable. What a game of football. And you look at it, they've been struggling to score goals, Coventry City, and you look at this today. I mean, great finish the first goal by Bakayari, but then Bakayoko there, has done absolutely brilliant. That's a great finish. 2-1, and I think I'm shell shocked. But Clive, it must be a pleasure watching Coventry City play so well the first 20 odd minutes here.
Bakayoko's 7th goal of the season, and the Sky Blues now then, can they this time keep Sunderland at bay long enough to really frustrate the home crowds? Mark Robbins clapping his hands and shouting instructions. They've got to concentrate, they've got to get the tackles in. And they've Clive, very important now for Coventry City before half time. But I had a feeling that there could be a lot more goals here, Martin.
I don't think they're stopping yet.
Clive, I mean, it's good for you commentating on games like this as well. It's very interesting, isn't it?
Well, it's probably beaten last Saturday already. I thought that was a bad game, but it was 0-0 as Davis volleys the ball clear for the Sky Blues. Straight away they're under pressure though. Elsewhere, Lincoln City on course of promotion today from League 2. They lead Cheltenham by a goal to 0. A win would send them up. It's a throw in to Sunderland halfway inside the Sky Blues half. And here they are moving forward to get the ball into the penalty area, and just wrong foot of the Sky Blues. I think Honeyman's ball got a deflection and it went past Davis and almost into the path of Will Grigg. But fortunately for the Sky Blues, it rolled out to Burge, who bowls it out to Davis. Good ball from Davis to Kelly, who's finding space well in midfield is Kelly, and he plays the ball forward down the right channel. It's headed away. The Sky Blues supporters goading the home crowd and suggesting they're not singing anymore, and you have to say that is factually accurate. Here are the Sunderland though in possession inside the Sky Blues half. And they have it with Morgan. Lewis Morgan out to the left. Good ball forward for Will Grigg to chase, but Sterling got there first and got it out. But straight away Sunderland on the front foot, and this is inevitable. They're going to try and come back, and the Sky Blues are going to have some work to do, no doubt, in their own half. They lead by 2-1 here. Throw into Sunderland on the far side. Taking their time with it. Home crowd wanting them to get on with it. The throw-in's taken, and it's on the left wing. Play it back towards the middle. It's collected by Power. Wonderful name, Max Power, but he loses it. Oh, a good piece of skill by it was Ena Bakari, but just the ball ran away from him and went out for a throw-in to Sunderland inside their own half. Portsmouth lead Rochdale 1-0 in League One, promotion contenders. And just a reminder, Doncaster are leading by a goal to 0, but the Sky Blues are doing their bit at the moment to try and keep in touch. They are leading Sunderland 2-1. Remember, Sunderland not beaten this season here on this ground. The Sky Blues with Kelly chips the ball nicely, delicately to Bakari. There was a touch of confidence about that. Bakari to the byline. Oh, he's just run it out. He needed to pull it back a bit quicker. He wanted an extra touch. And in the end, he ran it out for a goal kick.
I tell you what, Clive Martin, Coventry City are playing with so much confidence. It must be a pleasure for you two to see this, that they're playing with so much flair. You would think they're second top in this league at the minute. They're playing really, really well, but there's a long way to go, as we know.
Well, they have produced some inspiring performances against the top sides. They laid away to Luton. They was a bit backs to the wall in the end, but they got a draw. They were very impressive against Barnsley, and of course a very impressive victory also against Peterborough. And this is the biggest test of all, really, at Sunderland. And a long way to go, and here are Sunderland coming forward. Now there's a shot at goal, which is a weak one from Will Grigg, straight to Lee Burge.
He just didn't get any power in, didn't he? Didn't get any power in it. It's comfortable for Burge there, but you know, Coventry's defence there was a bit too easy.
Yeah, you don't want to give him too many chances like that, do you? Because Will Grigg will score, and if he keeps getting chances like that. Northern Ireland Internationals foul there, which poor challenge in midfield on the Sky Blues. Luke Thomas it is, who's unceremoniously bundled to the ground, and the referee is calling the physio on.
He did well there, Thomas, as well. I think I was just saying earlier on, 5-10 minutes ago, your midfield's really working very hard in there. Kelly, Shipley, and obviously Thomas took on the right hand side, and they're really closing down Sunderland, making it difficult. And you keep playing like this, Sky Blues, and you get to half time, home crowd are going to get on Sunderland's backs, and but I think there could be a lot more goals, lads. I really do.
Yeah, well, I think what's helping Coventry boss the midfield at times is the fact that Thomas is coming in from the right flank. It does mean then they're a little susceptible, as we saw with the run that led to Sunderland's goal. But just having Thomas in as an extra man is certainly helping Kelly and Shipley at times.
Certainly is, as the lad gets treatment there. I don't know a lot about. Tell me about Bakari and Bakayoko. What's the history?
Bakayoko was signed from Walsall.
Yeah.
They pursued him for a while. He's coming fits and starts, but he's got better, I think, as the season's gone on. Bakari's come on loan from Wolves. Clearly has a lot of talent and ability. Just news on Warwick's cricketers. They are fighting back rather agonisingly. They finished 2 runs short of a third batting point. They have passed 300 now, but too late to get a batting point. However, they are 301 for 9. They need another 54 runs to avoid the follow-on against Kent. Free kick for the Sky Blues. Kelly out to the left wing. It's headed in field by Hiwula, but scrambled away. It'll come to Mason for the Sky. Was always giving it away, Mason. That was careless. He's trying to make up for it now and has to a point by making the tackle. First try for... he won the throw in. That was clever. First try for Cov. Sam Tuiputu's got it, so they trail by 10 points to 7 now at home to Nottingham at the Butts Park Arena. Sky Blues with the possession. Oh, good work there between Huwula and Bakari. And Bakari's played it forward out to Huwula, shoots, deflected it in. The Sky Blues are 3-1 up. It was Brandon Mason who combined with Bakari initially. And Bakari through to Huwula. His shot deflected. And the Sky Blues travelling supporters are in dreamland here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 1, Coventry City 3.
Well, what a start. 24 minutes gone, nearly 25 gone, Clive, and they're in dreamland at the minute. Coventry City, and the Sunderland fans cannot believe it. It was a good move, though. I mean, yeah, it got a deflection, but what a finish by the lad. Tell you what, it's quite to take a lot in here. 4 goals in 25 minutes.
Wow, what a game we have on now. He's into double figures in the league now, Hiwula. That's his 10th league goal of the season, his 11th in all competitions. Mason, by the way, was fouled quite badly during that. During the referee's having a word, could possibly do more than that, but he's having a word with the Sunderland captain, George Honeyman. I don't think he got a yellow card out, although he's still calling players through. It was a poor challenge on Mason, but while he was down injured, Bakari continued and got Hiwula through on goal. No yellow card shown, I don't think, but a warning certainly.
I mean, it's done well there, Hiwula, hasn't he? It's on his left side. Great ball played into him, by the way, and he took his chance left foot. It took a deflection, went in. Here comes Sunderland again.
Yeah, straight away Sunderland trying to fight back. Will Grigg on the right. Goodness knows how many goals are going to be in this game. And with a cross, good cross, and there's a tempted little flick there by Grigg. I thought that wasn't a bad effort, that, but the crowd don't like it. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Martin Winchester's... Well, you saw... I missed the game where they scored 4 away against Bradford. You saw that, but this is not something we see every week for the Sky Blues.
No, absolutely not. And certainly they didn't get 3 goals in the opening 24-25 minutes on that occasion. It still feels as though the game is by no means won for the Sky Blues, because Sunderland certainly look dangerous when they are on the counter-attack. But 3 great goals. Eda Bakari with that first one. Bakayoko with a lovely 3 ball from Luke Thomas. Okay, Hawula needed a bit of a deflection to wrong foot McLaughlin in goal, coming off the unfortunate Baldwin in the end, but it was a lovely move down the Sky Blues left. Sunderland no answer to that, and a deserved 3-1 lead.
Almost Bakayoko almost through there from the free kick from Shipley. Sunderland looking very flat in defence. Of course, the deflected goal cancels out the one the Sky Blues conceded, which got a deflection as well.
2 strikers causing loads of problems. Bakayoko, Eda Bakari, the causing the 2 Sunderland centre-halves loads of problems.
It will not improve the mood of Sunderland fans to know that Barnsley are 1-0 up against Fleetwood. And that puts their automatic promotion hopes on hold. An offside against the Sky Blues here against Bakayoko. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Wolves have equalised at Southampton. Willie Bolly has got it 1-1 there. Reading now lead Brentford by 2-0 in the Championship. But here, the Sky Blues lead 3-1. Do not adjust your set, that is the score. And 1-0 up, then pegged back to 1-1. But now leading 3-1 with forwards getting all the goals. Eda Bakari, Bakayoko and Hawula. There's a few syllables in those goals as well. Here are Sunderland halfway inside the Sky Blues half. And they will be... And their fans will demand they keep going. And they won't stop, and the Sky Blues have a lot of work to do. They'll know that, but they've won the ball in midfield. It was Mason's challenge initially. It comes to Bakayoko, to Eda Bakari, out to the left to Mason. Mason with the cross, too high for Bakayoko, but it comes to Thomas. Thomas, can he get a shot in? Oh, he just couldn't quite get that shot in. Bakayoko's gone down, and there was a hint of him being pushed, by the way, when he went up for the header. The referee's indicating it's a head injury, so there may have been a clash of heads. I think he might even have had a case there, but
yeah, I mean, hopefully he's all right there. But I tell you what, great play by Coventry. I can't believe I'm watching this, Clive. They're playing really well. Great ball down the left-hand side here into Geordie Hawula. Having the name like Geordie, by the way. Especially up here. I mean, he put a great ball in, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I mean, another chance, really, you have to say.
Well, it sounds ridiculously greedy, but you almost want them to take 1 or 2 of these chances now while they're on top, because you know Sunderland are going to come back into it.
Yeah, I tell you what, and if they get a goal before half-time, yeah, it's great for Sky Blues at the minute 3-1, but if Sunderland do get one back before half-time, game on, this could be, I tell you, this could be a 4-4 today, lads. It really could.
I'll go with the 5-4.
The Championship, West Brom Champion League, Preston by a goal to nil. Dwight Gale, the scorer. QPR now beating Swansea 3-0, and Stoke 1-up against Rotherham. In the Premier League, Southampton have regained the lead. Nathan Redmond's got his second. They lead Wolves by 2-1, and the Championship, Blackburn 1-up against Forest. Still receiving treatment, slightly worryingly there, Bakayoko. Cov trailed 10-7 at home to Nottingham with 2-2 scoring a try, but as I speak, they have taken the lead. Cov 14, Nottingham 10. A second try for Cov, and Gerard Ellis has scored their second try, so Cov coming from 10-0 down to lead 14-10. Warwickshire are battling on against Kent, 311 for 9 now. Jitan Patel and Ryan Sidebottom both on 16. Earlier a century for Dom Sibley. Bakayoko back on his feet.
Just like you say, Clive Martin, I mean, obviously the delay at the minute, he's up on his feet, he'll be alright, he's a bit concussed, but the physio's there walking him around, he'll be back on the pitch in a few seconds, I would think. I saw the Luton game on TV. I thought Sky Blues were outstanding getting the point down there on that Sunday afternoon against Barnsley. How good were the Barnsley?
I thought Barnsley was one of the best games of the season so far, possibly until today.
Right, great.
It was a cracking match, and it was the Sky Blues who were nearly winning it at the end, having come from behind twice to level.
So it just shows what they can do.
Yeah, they are producing some decent away performances at the moment. Let's hope they can do a 90-minute one here today. They've been very good so far, and again they've won the ball in their own half. Mason who would have though let the ball run away from them a little bit, and Sunderland play the ball towards the edge of the Sky Blues area, but Tom Davis under pressure from Charlie White gets the ball back to his keeper Lee Burge. He bowls it out underarm to Kelly, who turns, plays it to his right to Sterling forward, trying to find Bakayoko, but doesn't get past the Sunderland defender. Good tackle by Davis. Oh, then good work by Thomas to go past one, and with a bit of good fortune he goes past the second. Thomas still striding towards the penalty area, lays off to Eda Bakari. It's a chance here, Eda Bakari into the area. Oh, his shot's deflected wide, and it's a corner to Coventry City, and there are boos all around the Stadium of Light, because at the moment the Sky Blues are tearing Sunderland apart.
That's the exact right words there. They really are tearing them apart, and that should have been 4. And a great play by Luke Thomas down that on the right hand side. How well did he do there? And that should have been 4. Here comes a corner now, Clive.
Sky Blues' second corner to be taken by Jordan Shipley. Off the ball, Eda Bakari has gone down inside the 6-yard box. I think the referee's made a gesture just to say I saw nothing in that, and he's back on his feet. So Shipley will take this corner from the right-hand side. The Sky Blues fans are behind that goal, albeit very high up. And the corner's floated in, didn't get enough elevation onto it, and Sunderland might counter-attack here from a Sky Blues corner. They're racing down the left from where they got the goal that got them back level in the first place. A run from O'Neill, and he is stopped eventually by Thomas. He gets the throw in quickly though, and Sunderland still have it on the left hand side, and the Sky Blues caught a bit flat as the cross comes in. It's headed away by Hyam, and now the Sky Blues can counter attack. It's Eda Bakari. The referee plays an advantage after the Sky Blues on loan player was fouled. He's got Hiwuna to his left, he cuts inside instead, he's through into the middle, it comes to Mason now with a cross. Oh, it almost found Bakayoko at the far post, but a Sunderland player got there first and headed it out for another Sky Blues corner.
Different class, Coventry City, different class. Absolutely brilliant football there, playing really well, and they're just tearing Sunderland's defence to bits, aren't they? They're all over the park, they really are. And Mark Robbins must be thinking now, how good the team are playing. They're just going to keep this going.
I'm anxious not to get carried away, but they really are. At this moment in time, they are tearing Sunderland apart, aren't they?
It's wonderful football.
But you look at the matches they've played well in recently. It's Peterborough, it's Barnsley, it's Sunderland. They're all teams that are above Coventry. They like playing teams that play football.
Yeah.
Corner then from Shipley, curled in, and Hyam gets his head to it, couldn't quite keep it down. Not a bad effort out for a goal kick. Goals elsewhere in the Premier League. Brighton still very much in danger, and they've gone a goal down at home to Bournemouth. Dan Gosling the scorer there. In League One, Walsall have equalised at Accrington with Nicholas Devlin scoring. West Bromwich Albion 2 up now against Preston. That's 2 goals for Dwight Gale. Those are latest scores. Stoke 2 up against Rotherham in the Championship. Here, the Sky Blues leading 3-1. Doncaster still lead by a 1-0 at home to Plymouth. But now there's a Sky Blues man down again. Tell you what, Sunderland are giving it out, I have to say, with some of their challenges. Maybe that's a sign of their frustration. So far, the referee has been pretty lenient with them.
Yeah, frustration, without doubt. I don't think they can believe how Coventry City have played the first half an hour, 35 minutes coming up.
Well, it's Tom Davis who's down. He's had a word with the referee. Nuneaton Borough still drawing 0-0 at Bradford. Leamington trailing by a 1-0 at home to Ashton. BBC Coventry and Warwickshire. Leamington have actually just equalised. Callum Gittins has got it for Leamington. Leamington 1, Alfreton 1. It's a free kick to Coventry City inside their own half. Referee telling them to get on with it, but anyway, Tom Davis takes the free kick. It's a long one aimed at Bakayoko, who's drifted out to the left. He gets a little glancing header onto it, but it's cleared by Sunderland up to halfway. Mason manages to win the ball and finds Kelly. Kelly's found Davis in space. Davis forward, good ball to Thomas. Oh, good first time ball out to the right to Sterling. Sterling with a cross, it's headed away. Thomas tries to win the ball back and succeeds. Eda Bakari in there has it nicked off him. It'll be a Sky Blues throw, but good one-touch football from Coventry City.
And that's the confidence, isn't it? And Sterling put a good ball in there. They really are giving Sunderland a football lesson at the minute, and it's wonderful to watch the way they're playing. It really is. You wouldn't think, where they are in the league. You would think they were second top in League One.
Sunderland 1, Coventry City 3 here at the Stadium of Light. The throw in down the line from the Sky Blues. It's headed away. There's a high kick from Sunderland again. The crowd groaning, and then Sky Blues won a free kick for a challenge on Kelly. They don't get it, but they win the ball, and they have it now with Eda Bakari, who will get the free kick, and he's chipped it forward straight away, looking for Bakayoko. Maybe took that a fraction too quickly, Eda Bakari, and then trying to win the ball back. He's committed the foul. Just going to keep their nerve here, keep their composure as Luke Thomas goes down off the ball, and the Sky Blues players feel they're getting rough treatment. Eda Bakari's complaining. The crowd think the Sky Blues are milking it. The referee's having a word with Jack Baldwin of Sunderland and Luke Thomas of Coventry City. And at the end of all that, it's a Sunderland free kick played.
Referee just calming things down.
Yeah, he's got to be I like calm refereeing, but he's got to be careful he doesn't let too much go, because just get the feeling Sunderland are getting away with it a little bit. Maybe that's through our Sky Blues eyes. The ball's played long by Sunderland towards the edge of the Sky Blues penalty area, and Sky Blues struggling to get the ball away. Could be something here for Sunderland. They play it out to the right to the very dangerous looking Aneen. Aneen plays it back, and the cross will come in from deep. That's a good looking delivery, but it's headed away by Sterling, and his header's found Bakayoko, who's on the break for the Sky Blues down the right hand side, but he runs the ball into trouble, and it goes out for a throw in to Sunderland, which they've taken quickly, and they're showing urgency as you'd expect. That urgency might be added to when they hear the news that Barnsley now lead Fleetwood by 2-0. Their main, not their only rivals though, for automatic promotion. The ball's played forward by Sunderland, and they have it on the right with Aneen. Aneen challenged by Mason. Again, Aneen's hands was in Mason's face there, but that's been allowed to go. And Sunderland have it halfway inside their own half. The crowd hushed, waiting for Sunderland to do something to inspire them. Sky Blue supporters are just taking a breather. They can barely believe what they've seen so far, but there's a trouble here as Wyke gets the ball out. Here's Will Grigg. Shots charged down. It's still there for Sunderland and scrambled away eventually. They're appealing for a handball as Honeyman took the ball into the penalty area. Nothing given, and the Sky Blues get it away.
Great defending by Coventry, mind. I mean, they're under pressure, but some great tackles went in there from the big centre-backs at Coventry City.
Get to half-time 3-1, or maybe even 4-1 would be nice. Because Sunderland will come out the second half, no doubt, with words ringing in their ears from the crowd, if not the manager. The Sunderland have it on the left wing. They play it in field. Sky Blues, the men behind the ball, trying to close the gaps. Sunderland forced back into their own half with Flanagan out to the left-hand side of Oviedo. Plays a through ball, and that's found Will Grigg out to the left wing. Oh, it's support control there. And you can hear the home crowd. Shouldn't laugh really, should we? But the home crowd not liking that as it goes out for a Sky Blues throw. In the League One, it's Scunthorpe 0, Burton 1. Burton actually in very good form, and they're breathing down the Sky Blues' neck at the moment. And the former Sky Blues striker Johnson Clark-Harris on target yet again for Bristol Rovers, who've equalised against Bradford 1-1. Elsewhere, Middlesbrough lead to Hull by 1-0 in the Championship, and Derby are 1-up against Bolton Wanderers. Oh, the Sky Blues are giving the ball away inside their own half. They've got to avoid doing that. Sterling makes a tackle, but it comes back out for Sunderland to Honeyman to Grigg. Grigg couldn't find a teammate as Thomas blocked, but it came back to Grigg, who plays it back, and Sunderland have it again. Halfway inside the Sky Blues half. Here's Aneen. Aneen finds a man in space. And so the Sky Blues trying to keep the gaps down. Max Power plays it to his left. Played out there by Baldwin, out to the left wing. And it's played towards the edge of the area for Power. Here's Sunderland in possession again with Morgan. Again out to the left-hand side. Cross, oh, there's a chance here. And it's scrambled away. It looked like a chance for Honeyman, who tried to crouch down and get his head to that. Might have been better going for the volley. He didn't make contact. And the Sky Blues' 2-goal lead remains intact. Sunderland have it again, though, with Ledbetter. A fairly long spell of possession for Sunderland inside the Sky Blues half. Sky Blues wanted to see it at half-time. They've got 5 minutes of the first half to go, plus a bit of stoppage time, which will be a little bit. Sunderland have it on the left wing. There's a good-looking cross. Oh, and Burgess lost it, and it's a goal. Scored by Charlie Wyke. It's a mistake from Lee Burge as he came out for the cross, couldn't hold on to it, and Charlie Wyke from inside the 6-yard box has got one back for Sunderland. It's Sunderland 2, Coventry City 3.
Yeah, your goalkeeper there, Lee Burge. Terrible mistake, cross come in. Nice comfortable height for him as well. And he's just spilled it, didn't he? And Charlie Wyke really couldn't miss that. It's a gift from on his left foot. 3-2, and I've enjoyed it so much, lads, but this could be a heck of a score today.
Well,
I just don't know. I mean, Coventry let Sunderland right back in this game, and they've done never so well, Coventry City. With Sunderland, are going to keep coming now with the crowd behind them, but the best way to try and answer it is for Coventry to get another goal, isn't it? But this could go either way today, lads.
Skybers look capable of scoring more goals and maybe should have done, but they've let Sunderland right back in it, and that will cheer up the home crowd considerably. But what a game. Here at the Stadium of Light, 3-2, the Sky Blues lead now. Sunderland inside their own half, breaking down the left where they've looked a threat. It's Morgan, tackled, fouled by Sterling.
That'll be a card.
Yeah, and it will, and I don't have an argument with that, but well, maybe again, I'm looking through Sky Blues eyes. I do think Sunderland have got away with a few today. However, it's a yellow card to Dujon Sterling. It was a fairly cynical foul. Martin Winch, can you see the Sky Blues holding on from here?
I can also see them shipping in another before half time. Hopefully that won't be the case, but when they were getting the goals, it was during a period when they were going on the counter-attack. A few sort of stop-start moments in the game just sort of slowed it all down, and Sunderland just with a bit of pressure forcing the mistake out of Burge, and Wyke making no mistake.
Well, the Sky Blues have not defended set pieces too well of late, and that cross comes in. Burge comes out and claims that one well. And he bowls it out underarm to Mason. Mason always hit the ball too hard, though. He's not going to be able to run onto that. But the Sky Blues will get it back with Kelly inside his own half. Kelly looking for a long ball out to Thomas. That's a terrific ball. Oh, Thomas can't quite take it with him, and then slips as he tried to turn and get back on the ball. It was a great effort from Kelly to find him. But now Sunderland come back into the Sky Blues half. And bet on the Sky Blues staying ahead by half time. They've got to ride out. It's going to be a testing few minutes here, you feel. Sunderland with Ledbetter inside the Sky Blues half. Play the ball forward. A man on shout as Shipley challenges Morgan. That's a poor tackle there on Kelly. The referee's got to act on that. And yellow card is the least that Ledbetter deserved for that. He gets a yellow card.
He's lunged in there, hasn't he? He went to ground. That could have been a red, that as well. He's gone in there. Some referees would have had a go, sent him off for that.
To be fair to the referee, he was in a very good position to judge it, and we are a long, long way up. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's a yellow card to Ledbetter. Blackpool 0, Peterborough 1 in League One. Two teams obviously in and around that playoff chase. It's a free kick then for the Sky Blues to be taken by Lee Burge, halfway inside his own half, out towards the left wing. Huwula goes for it. He's beaten to it. Sunderland again dwell on the ball. They just about get away with it that time, and they get the ball into the Sky Blues half, and Hyam is stretching to get to it, but does really well and volleys the ball out into the Sunderland half for a Sunderland throw. In the Premier League, game that Cardiff really need to win, they're 1-0 down at Burnley. Burnley 1, Cardiff 0. Chris Wood the scorer. The Sky Blues now trying to win possession inside their own half. They can't keep it, but they get it back again. Mason finds Shipley. Shipley to Kelly. Kelly now into the centre circle. Still going Kelly. Oh, he caught his man by surprise with a pass, but then the ball's played forward by Thomas to Eda Bakari. He loses it. The Sky Blues win it back. Oh, poor ball from Mason. Making one or two little sloppy mistakes, the Sky Blues. And Mason's now penalised for a foul, a judged foul on Honeyman. Frustrating.
Yeah, once again, though, Coventry City win the break, and just to say what Martin said a couple of moments ago, he's dead right. Coventry on the counter attack, very, very dangerous, and then suddenly the last 5 minutes they've got deeper and deeper. Yeah, your goalkeeper made a mistake. 3-2, but here comes Sunderland again.
Here's Sunderland with a free kick. They're pleading for a handball rather optimistically as the Sky Blues bring the ball away.
5 minutes.
5 minutes of first half stoppage time to be played, and Huwula picks up the long pass, shoots from a difficult angle. It's on target, but straight at the keeper. A half time at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry, Nottingham 17-10 now. Doncaster, I'm afraid, are 2-0 up against Plymouth. Plymouth are not doing their bit for the Sky Blues at the moment. So it will be as you were at the moment. The Sky Blues will be 8 points off the playoffs, but they lead here 3-2. Thomas to Huwula. They need a fourth goal. I didn't expect to say that at the start of the day, but that's really what the Sky Blues need, you feel. Sunderland get the ball back to their keeper, who kicks it not very far, it must be said. There's a bit of a breeze blowing down there, but anyway, Sunderland have it deep inside their own half. Don't see the flags blowing very much. Sunderland again dwelling on possession, the crowd shouting man on every time the Sky Blues challenge. And still with Sunderland with a knee now. He just played the ball into the Sky Blues half, but Tom Davis will intercept, get the ball clear. Comes back though from Sunderland and cleared now by the Sky Blues again. And Mason is beaten in the air. Shippey's in there to try and win the ball. It's back with Sunderland on the right wing. I think that's going to go out there. The assistant referee says it hasn't gone out. Dom Hyam though has made a good tackle, and Mason's got it away, but again a mistake from Mason, looking for Shippey and doesn't find him, and Sunderland spread it out to the left wing. And there's danger here for the Sky Blues. The ball, it's a great ball out to the left. The cross comes in. It's overhit. The cross was poor. The initial pass was good. And the Sky Blues can breathe again and try and bring the ball away.
Yeah, they'll be dying for that whistle at half time now with a 3-2 lead. They've played really well at Coventry City. Thoroughly deserved to be 3-2 as well, by the way.
Yeah, arguably it should have been more. However, they have it halfway inside their own half. 2 minutes of stoppage time played, 3 to go. Here's Tom Davis striding forward for Coventry City. It's a good ball through the middle to Bakayoko. Bakayoko, though, is tackled, just dwelled on it a little bit. Tackled from behind, but a fair one. And now Sunderland 4. That's offside. Excuse me, assistant referee, raise your flag. Thank you. Charlie White clearly offside.
Yeah, 2 centre-halves there. Coventry, Tom Davis and Dominic Hyam pushed up well there. Trying to just kill the game for half-time now. Yeah, what an exciting first half that's been. It's been one of the best games I've seen for a long time, 45 minutes.
Well, it's going to be a tough one for the Sky Blues to win from here, but they lead 3-2. And I've got to remember how dangerous they're looking when they get forward and how vulnerable Sunderland look. And they may well need to score more goals to win this game, but despite the season they're having, they look capable of doing it. But here Sunderland now playing the ball long. Charlie Wyke is challenged by Mason. He goes down in a heat, Wyke, and the referee's unimpressed. Kelly brings the ball away, trying to find Thomas. Mishit it, unfortunately, Kelly, because there was a pass on there that would have sent Thomas through. And in the end, Sterling has to make an interception to stop Sunderland breaking down the left wing. It's a good refereeing from me there, from the referee, not fooled by Charlie Wyke falling down. But here is Sunderland with a chance. Oh, they scored! A cross from the right. It's headed across goal by Charlie Wyke, and Will Grigg was there to score from close range. And the Sky Blues 3-1 lead has been wiped out before half-time. Sunderland 3, Coventry City 3.
Well, it was an easy finish for Grigg, wasn't it? In the end, if you're Mark Robinson manager, I think, who'd be your manager? His team have played brilliant in going forward. Absolute different class. Defender, no, like Martin said a few minutes ago, they're getting deeper and deeper, and now it's 3-3. And I said it could be 4-4, 5-4 this game, Martin. Clive, second half, it could be anything, couldn't it? But Sunderland are right back in the game now.
Well,
and Coventry City have only got themselves to blame.
6-goal first half, and the Sky Blues have been gutted by that. 3-1 lead given them by Huwula, and now they find themselves level and still not half time. Kelly's done well to win the ball. Can the Sky Blues finish the half on a high? It's Ella Bakari taking advantage of a mistake by a defender. Ella Bakari out to the left to Mason. Mason brings the ball under control well. Looking for options, doesn't really have too many. Slides it forward to Huwula. Huwula now. Short pass to Ella Bakari. Tried to thread it through to Thomas, but didn't find him, and the ball's played back to the Sunderland keeper. It's 3-3 unbelievably here at Sunderland, and the Sky Blues have to start all over again in the second half.
Tell you what, Clive Martin, I'm running out with notepaper for the goal scorers. I was getting a bit of paper out.
Here is Sunderland halfway inside the Sky Blues half, breaking down with a run down that right channel by Honeyman. Shipley tries to stop, and eventually he and Mason do win the ball. Mason trying to bring it out of defence, finds Ella Bakari. Ella Bakari to Thomas. Little touch for Ella Bakari. Oh, he could have passed there to Sterling, who was in space. He didn't spot him, and he played the wrong ball then to the left. we're high up, we can see easily from here. A good ball to Sterling, might have sent Sterling through. It's the last action of the first half. It's been an astonishing first half here at the Stadium of Light. The Sky Blues taking the lead 0-0 against Crawley Town. Those are the half-time scores from elsewhere. The teams coming out, the Sunderland team coming out. How, Nick Pickering, do the Sky Blues win this from here?
I tell you how they win it. They're going to have to go out there and play the way they did the first 25 minutes. Outstanding football. You know, they were 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. But a 3-1 that had a chance, didn't it? Had a chance to make it 4-1, and they didn't take it. And there's suddenly a mistake by your goalkeeper. It's always a dodgy score. The 2 goals between 2 teams there. And Burge dropped the ball, made it easy, didn't he, for Charlie Wyke? Goes to 3-2 then, and suddenly there's 5 minutes of extra time in the first half. And as Martin said, Coventry City started getting deeper and deeper. And, you know, you're inviting pressure then, aren't you? Instead of just, you know, getting the ball and counter-attacking, going for more goals. They defended, and suddenly it's 3-3 when, you know, Will Grigg makes it. And obviously both managers will be furious at the goals they've conceded. But the happier manager will be Jack Ross, without doubt, because his team was struggling. Sunderland were really struggling. But the first 25 minutes, Coventry City were electric. They were really good, positive, and they should be ahead the first half. They'll be kicking themselves, because I don't know how it's going to go the second half. Obviously, Sunderland are going to be favourites. We know that they're going to come out confident. But if Coventry play the way they did the first half, they've got a great chance.
Yeah, just waiting for the officials to be ready. Some of your comments. What a breathtaking first half, said Rob. It feels like a cup final. Everyone in the whole team is man of the match so far, except Lee Burge. It's end-to-end stuff, great entertainment value. The second half is as good. I don't really care if we lose or win. I can't believe we're not winning, says Wayne, who blames Lee Burge. And Oldie says Burge has cost us today and all season. The old wonders saved great, but how many important goals have cost us? Robbins never wanted him, that's why I signed O'Brien, who is worse, says Oldie. We're underway for the second half here on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire. After a stunning first half, it's 3-3. Can the Sky Blues repeat some of the stuff they did in the first half and win the game? Sunderland will be nervous. They'll be aware that Barnsley are leading. They need to win this game, really, in their battle for automatic promotion. Starting a bit later than some games up and down the country already. Brentford have got one back against Reading in the Championship. That one's 2-1, and Fulham have taken the lead against Everton in the Premier League through Tom Kearney. Here, it's a throw into Sunderland, throw it down the right hand side, and Sky Blues lose it, and Bakari is shrugged off it. No changes at half time as Tom Davis wins ahead of the Sky Blues. Shipley gets a touch on it. It's brought back by Sunderland though, and they have it on the right wing. A chance to get across, in the crowd encourage him to do so. Max Power's ball towards the edge of the area. It's half blocked. It comes back in. It's chipped forward. There's no offside. There's a chance here for Sunderland. Player goes down inside the penalty area, and a shot is charged down. The referee waves away the penalty appeals as Dom Hyam gets the ball out for a throw-in.
Well, you look like that, you know, he's went to ground there. Good play by Sunderland. But you do look, you think Coventry have started poor the first 30 seconds. Yeah, they're very deep on there, and Sunderland are going to get loads of pressure. They're going to come at them really hard because they know they need the 3 points.
I bet that's not the last penalty shout we'll hear from the home team and home crowd. But it was turned down, and eventually Sunderland concede a goal kick, and it remains 3-3 here. Darren Oeduk has scored a try for Cov, so they now lead by 24 points to 10 against Nottingham. That's their third try. The Sky Blues now play a long ball out to the left hand side, and Hawuda trying to bring the ball under control, couldn't quite manage it. And he was tightly marked, and Sunderland get the ball clear. And now Tom Davis is penalised. Again, the Sunderland player goes down like a sack of potatoes under the slightest of challenges. And Sunderland get a free kick just inside the Sky Blues half.
You'll hear a lot to that, obviously, the crowd appeal. Anything that happens, any Sunderland player goes down, they're going to appeal for it. Anyway, Sunderland trying to build left-hand side here.
They play it down the left channel. Davis miscues a header first time, and then he and Hyam almost get into each other's way before Hyam does volley it clear. Good flick on there by Bakayoko for Thomas, but 2 defenders on Thomas and they take the ball off him. He goes and presses the Sunderland keeper, who clears long. Good long kick into the Sky Blues half. Dom Hyam tightly on Charlie White there, and then surely Mason was pulled back there. The referee's not giving anything. Mason's still going, does well. Finds Hewula. The referee has now signalled an advantage as Hewula strides forward for Coventry City. He changes direction. He's halfway inside the Sunderland half. He plays it to the left to Bright Bakari. Bakari just outside the penalty area, maybe looking for a right foot shot, and he gets it in, and it hits a Sunderland player and goes out for a corner. It hit Tom Flanagan. That could have gone almost anywhere. The Sky Blues get their 4th corner of the game.
Similar pattern, wasn't it? Sterling did very well, didn't he, for the Sky Blues there? And obviously Bakari come inside there, and it's taking a deflection, and that could have gone in the net. But similar pattern, end-to-end stuff here, Clive.
So here's a corner to the Sky Blues from the left-hand side. It's an away swinger. It's just too high for Davis. Hyam gets his head onto it. It's round the edge of the penalty area. Sunderland defender gets to it and scrambles it cleared as Morgan. Not very well, though, only as far as Shipley. Shipley forward to Bakari, who plays it back to Shipley, who's inside the penalty area on the left, pulls it back. Bakari can't find room to get a shot in, and eventually is tackled. And that tackle had to be well timed. And Sunderland now counter-attack. Sky Blues have got men back here, but Sunderland trying to get forward down the right-hand side with Lewis Morgan, but he is tackled and Sunderland get the throw.
Great block by the Sunderland centre-half there, wasn't it? Because Bakari was pulling the trigger again, and Bakayoko and Bakari been a handful this afternoon. Here comes Sunderland.
The shot potentially from outside the area, and they play it into the penalty area in the end. Will Grigg, shot deflected, and it goes out for a corner to Sunderland. It's actually their first corner of the game.
That's an unbelievable stat, isn't it?
The Sky Blues have had 4.
All the goals and everything was first corner. Incredible.
So,
end-to-end stuff though, Clive. Good match again, isn't it? Good second half start.
It is. Sky Blues having opportunities, quite land for Bakari to get a shot in. The defender made a tackle that was dangerous. He timed it right in the end, but he could have got that wrong. Here's a corner for Sunderland. It is an away swinger towards the penalty spot, headed towards goal, but not headed downwards by Flanagan. It goes over the bar. In League One, Shrewsbury have taken the lead at Gillingham. Gillingham 0, Shrewsbury 1 in the Championship. Ipswich have equalised against Birmingham. They are all but relegated. Ipswich Town. Sky Blues play the ball forward with Davis, and Bakayoko couldn't quite reach it. Sunderland have it inside the centre circle. Sky Blues pressing, but Sunderland with power out to the right. And it's played deep into the Sky Blues half. Bit of a misunderstanding between Kelly and Davis. Davis got a half away in the end, but his captain rather got in the way. And Sunderland have it halfway inside the Sky Blues half with Oviedo. And he links up there with Morgan. Sunderland have looked dangerous down the left-hand side. 2 of their goals have come from there. But they are pinned back and forced back into their own half. And it's Morgan for them inside his own half, who plays a long ball through the middle looking for Wyke, who chests it down, but it's picked up by Kelly, who turns and gives it to Bakari, who touches the ball past 2 defenders. He strides towards the penalty area. 2 Sky Blues men waiting. He might go himself. Bakari. Oh, I don't know what he tried to do there, trying to nutmeg the defender maybe. Didn't succeed, but now it's Shipley for the Sky Blues. Referee plays an advantage after a handball. Shipley out to the left-hand side to Mason. Mason, poor cross, but he'll get another chance. One hit the defender and came back to him. This time he gives it back to Shipley. Shipley halfway inside the Sunderland half to Kelly. Kelly forward to Bakayoko. Bakayoko to Thomas. Thomas Sterling to his right. He goes himself and plays it to Bakayoko outside the area. Tried to exchange passes with Bakari, but it was anticipated by a defender. And now a foul gives Sunderland a free kick.
Good football again. Bakari causing loads of trouble. He just dwelled on the ball too long there, didn't he? Should have got his shot in early, 25 yards out. great skill to get them. He should have hit it, shouldn't he?
Even with 3 goals today, it's going to be still sometimes look reluctant to shoot. Leamington have come from behind. They lead Alfreton by 2-1. Jordan Murphy, the scorer of their second goal. Martin Winchester remaining in it. Exciting game, isn't it? But who knows which way it's going to go.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a phone in on Monday night. I'll just play extended highlights of this for an hour. It's been a great match to watch, but obviously it's a little annoying, frustrating that Coventry find themselves level, given that they were 3-1 to the good.
Cov now lead by 24 points to 17, so it is a try back for Nottingham in that game, as Sunderland try and come forward, and they have it on the left wing and play it into the penalty area, but that rolls to Lee Burge in the Sky Blues goal. He bowls it out to Mason, who's got plenty of space on the left. Mason crossing the halfway line, still not challenged, and he plays it infield to Huwula back to Mason, and Mason hugging that left touch line, moving now towards the penalty area. One defender in front of him. He tried to knock it past the defender but overhit it, and it goes out for a goal kick to Sunderland.
Been impressed with the lad Mason today, by the way, Clive. Obviously overdwelled on the ball there and he's touch at the end, but he's run 50-60 yards. Fit lad, good engine, he's getting up and down, isn't he?
Yeah, Rochdale have got one back against Portsmouth in League One. Portsmouth 2, Rochdale 1. Gary Medine, the former Sky Blue striker, has scored for Sheffield United. They lead Millwall 1-0 in the Championship, and Tony Mowbray's Blackburn are now 2-0 up at Nottingham Forest. And Charlton have equalised against Luton in League One. That one's now 1-1. Sunderland now with a bit of room. Play the ball towards Charlie White. Oh, what a good tackle from Dom Hyam. It looked like Charlie White was going to be through on goal there, but Hyam made a really good tackle and got the ball away. Sunderland come again though. On the left hand side, Oviedo plays it infield. It comes to Baldwin. Good tackle by Davis, and now it's Eda Bakari for the Sky Blues for Bakayoko on the right hand side, cuts inside, squares it for Shipley with a shot. Oh, he scored! Jordan Shipley from outside the penalty area, and the Sky Blues take the lead again. They've scored 4 here at Sunderland. A great strike from Jordan Shipley into the bottom corner. Once again the home crowd is stunned. It's Sunderland 3, Coventry City 4.
Stunning goal again, exactly the same pattern as the first half, end to end. When Coventry come forward like that, it's so dangerous. I mean, Bakayoko did very well there, and Shipley, he's come into the side, hasn't he, today, and he just came in there and he's dropped his shoulder on his left foot, 25 yards out, right in the bottom left hand corner. John McLaughlin, no chance, and once again the Stadium of Light's gone very quiet, Clive.
Yeah,
it's loud to our left though.
Yes,
the Sky Blues, fantastic to see them singing there.
Shipley's 3rd goal of the season. It's only his 18th start in the league this season, and he has justified the manager's decision. It was always likely to be a toss-up between him and Zane Westbrook to replace the injured Bayliss, who couldn't be replaced by Milo, who himself was injured. Shipley's got the nod, and the manager must be thinking right now, I got that one right.
They wasted a minute celebrating that goal then.
Yeah, the crowd started getting on their backs, and the referee hurried them up. But now the Sky Blues, can they this time defend that lead and maybe even add to it, because they have looked a bit vulnerable, the Sky Blues. But goodness me, somebody pointed out at half time. Oh, here comes again. There's danger here. Will Grigg into the penalty area. Surely not an immediate reply. No, Lee Burge comes out and saves at his feet. I was about to say, someone pointed out at half time the Sky Blues are the first team to score 3 goals, first away team to score 3 goals at the Stadium of Light this season. Now the first to score 4. In the Premier League, by the way, it's Brighton 0, Bournemouth 2 now. Ryan Fraser's scoring. Brighton in big trouble. They'll be relieved that Cardiff are currently losing. Nottingham Forest have got one back against Blackburn. They trail by 2-1 there in the Championship.
I don't think we're finished here, by the way, Clive. I mean,
I wish we were, but from Sky Blues' point of view, I mean, I've enjoyed it, but that's enough now. It's enough entertainment. Make the rest of the game nice and boring, because it would be quite a win for the Sky Blues if they can manage it. So, 4-3 the Sky Blues lead. And there's one text that said at half-time, whatever happens now, you've got to give the Sky Blues some credit. Whatever happens in this game, to come here and score 4 goals in front of 36,134, of which 2,683 are away fans. It's been quite an effort from Coventry City. Can they finish it off? It's Sunderland on the attack now. Across from the left, Charlie White heads it down. He was half looking for a penalty. It's still there for Sunderland. And a great block, I think, by Mason there to deny George Honeyman, who thought he was about to score.
And stuff again. Great block there by Coventry.
Well, it could be that sort of getting the bodies on the line now for the Sky Blues. There's still a long way to go, I have to say. 30 minutes of the second half played only. And Sunderland on the right wing, who, remember, really want to win this game. A draw's not great for them, with Barnsley leading. But they have it level, the Sky Blues penalty area. A good challenge by Mason. It goes out for a Sunderland throw. Sunderland on the far side, their crowd at the moment fairly quiet. The Sky Blues supporters making plenty of noise. What a great turnout, by the way, 2,600. And Sunderland now, good tackle by Mason, and 1 or 2 mistakes in the first half. Mason defensively, though good going forward, but he's done a couple of good things at the back in the start of this second half. Cross comes in now, though, and it's cleared by Hyam. Good solid clearance up to halfway. Bakayoko trying to win it, and he's making a good effort of doing so. Eventually goes down under challenge, though, and Sunderland bring the ball away. Sunderland on the right hand side, inside the Sky Blues half, with Ledbetter. Comes out to Baldwin on halfway on the left, infield to Ledbetter. Sunderland looking to build patiently. Now they bring it out to the right hand side, and crosses fired into the edge of the area. That's comfortably dealt with by Hyam, but it comes back with Sunderland again, and they play it out to the left wing. Here's Brian Oviedo, just loses control of it, and it's gone out for a Sky Blues throw. And then Eaton Burrows' resistance has ended, I'm afraid, and at Bradford Park Avenue they've gone behind. They trail by 1-0. Aston Villa lead Bristol City 1-0 in the Championship. Derby lead Bolton 3-0. Leamington still winning 2-1 against Alfreton. And the Sky Blues lead here. I gave the Sky Blues a chance of winning this game before coming here. I was never expecting a scoreline at any stage of the game of Sunderland 3, Coventry City 4. Here are Sunderland now, trying to make it 4-4, and the ball's in the penalty area. The cross comes in, Burge makes a save, and it's scrambled away. He had Will Grigg on him there, Burge, and he got his hands to it and just managed to keep it away from the feet of Will Grigg. And I think it was Tom Davis in the end who got the ball clear. Burge has hurt his hand a little bit in that, and it's gone out for a Sunderland throw deep inside their own half.
Give him credit there, he did well, the goalkeeper. He got a big left hand on that. The cross came in, and goalkeepers, we know what happens. They get they get wrong for making mistakes, dropping the ball like that from the cross, but he made up for it there.
Well, bad news, I'm afraid, for Warwickshire. Not only they're following on, they've already lost Will Rose. They're none for one following on. The Sky Blues are giving away a free kick in a dangerous position. Something today, actually, they've not been too bad with the Sky Blues. I think that's really the first free kick. They had one in the first half, didn't they, on the left-hand side. And that's the first direct shooting opportunity from a free kick they've given away. It's a bit more than 25 yards out. Liam Kelly's just disputed the decision with the referee, but a free kick has been given, and this is a tricky one for the Sky Blues to defend. And Max Power is often lethal from this range, a former Tranmere Rovers and Wigan player, but it's not him on the ball at the moment. It's actually Ledbetter. One of the Lewis Morgan of Sunderland is limping somewhat. There is a 4-man wall. It's now a 3-man wall. It's inside the D, so this is a long way out. Will be an ambitious shot if he goes for it here. Ledbetter. It looks like he's going to, and he does curl it in, and Lee Burge watches it carefully and catches it gratefully. Always looked ambitious to shoot from there.
Yeah, it's going to be some shot from the 35 yards to beat Lee Burge there, central as well, and he didn't get any pace on it, did he? He got over the wall, but comfortable height for Lee Burge. And the sunshine's come out again here.
Yeah, and the Sky Blues lead 4-3. Got to keep their calm. Jordan Shipley just rather walloping the ball upfield there. and no great purpose, and Sunderland have possession again. And we played 17 minutes of the second half, and the ball is out to the left for Sunderland. Challenge is a good one from Sterling, despite Sunderland wanting a free kick. Kelly plays the ball forward, looking for Bakayoko through the middle, didn't quite find him, and the ball goes to John McLaughlin in the Sunderland goal. And he gets the ball out. Sunderland try and build from deep. Their crowd, sense of getting quite frustrated. Remember, they are unbeaten in the league this season at home. They've drawn a lot, but they haven't lost any. And they have saved quite a few games at the death with late equalisers. So they'll still believe. But the Sky Blues get a throw in on halfway here. Elsewhere, Portsmouth now 3-1 up against Rochdale in League One, and Shrewsbury 2 up at Gillingham. That's good news for Sam Ricketts, the former Sky Blues player, his manager there now. Sky Blues player's gone down under challenge. Referee saw nothing wrong with the challenge. It's Bright-ender Bakari. He stayed down, and now the referee has stopped play, to the delight of the Sunderland supporters, who sportingly applaud and say, "Well done, referee, we want our opponent to receive treatment," or something like that. Let's bring Martin in. It's been breathtaking, this. And as I was saying, perhaps we should, much as we want the Sky Blues to win and believe they can win, we've got to give them credit for what they've done so far, whatever happens from here, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. It's, they've come to somewhere like the Stadium of Light, and they have taken the game to the home side. And just watching a couple of substitutions now for the home side. Looks like Grant Ledbetter has been replaced by Aidan McGeady, and is it Sterling who's come on? Not seeing who he's just.
Well, Will Grigg, one of the goal scorers, has come off, I think, which is slightly surprising. Whether he's picked up a knock or not, I don't know. Keziah Sterling, no relation to Dujon Sterling, though like Dujon, he is on loan from a Premier League side, on loan from Spurs. And Aidan McGeady on for them. Barnsley 2, Fleetwood 1. Might cheer up Sunderland fans a little bit to know that Ched Evans has got one back for Fleetwood there. But here, Anna Bakari's okay. That was just over a minute, that particular stoppage, so that'll be added on at the end. The referee added plenty of stoppage time on at the first half, so the referees aren't entirely consistent on that. This one looks as if he does note the stoppages fairly keenly, and that stoppage time could be a long one for the Sky Blues, but at the moment they lead by 4-3. And just playing the ball rather deep here, and Burge put under pressure by a pass back from Hyam. He's got the ball away in the end, Burge, and the Sky Blues survive, but that was a nervy moment. The first of quite a few, I suspect, from here. And the Bakari's dispossessed. Oh, well, Thomas won it back, but the referee is judging there was a foul there. Again, with my Sky Blues spectacles on, I didn't see that, but the referee, I have to say, does get into very good positions. He was very close to that. Cov lead by 31 points to 17 now against Nottingham, and Gerard Ellis has scored his second try and Cov's bonus point try.
I'm worried that when you take your Sky Blue spectacles off, it's going to be 3-0 to Sunderland.
Yes, yeah, might be. 4-3 the Sky Blues lead. They have a throw in halfway inside their own half, and they have the ball, and they need as much of that as possible. The ball comes back to Burge again. They're playing with it a bit deep, and they're being pressed by Sunderland, and Burge just about gets that away in time. And got to be a little careful there, the Sky Blues. Maybe hoping they catch Sunderland a bit as they press them, and then clear the ball and find gaps. But it's a dangerous game. But there's the reaction of the Sunderland fans as one of their players plays the ball straight into touch for a Sky Blues throw in League One. Wycombe trying to avoid relegation and got one up at Southend, and Burton are 2-0 up at Scunthorpe. They're going well at the moment, but the Sky Blues, of course, now because they lead, are on course to stay ahead of Burton. So they would go up a place as things stand, the Sky Blues. Here they are down the left-hand side with Kelly's under pressure. He lays it off quickly for Shipley, who gets the ball away into space for the Sky Blues to run onto. Davis's pass for Sterling isn't great, but Sterling does well. And he rides 2 challenges and stays on his feet as the referee plays an advantage. He gives it to Thomas. Thomas on the edge of the area. Thomas, he can't get a shot in. That frustrating side of Luke Thomas's game. Again, from all the way up here, it looked for all the world as if he had a shooting chance, but he just couldn't bring himself to shoot. And in the end, he commits a foul.
Got to get his shot in there. As you say, the ability on the ball there. He's come inside, beat a person, just 25 yards out, let it go, and he tries to go too far, runs out of space. But I must say, Sunderland brought those 2 subs on. I mean, Aidan McGeady he's been injured. He's Sunderland's best player for me. He makes them tick, so he's been injured. And you obviously brought Keziah Sterling on as well up front. And they're going for it now, Sunderland, but Coventry still look comfortable.
Leamington 3-1 up now against Alfreton. Jack Edwards has got the 3rd goal, so they've come from behind to lead 3-1 there. The Sky Blues with this nervy 4-3 lead here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland trying to move forward, and their crowd will get more and more anxious and try and roar them on as the game goes on. So they are used to scoring late equalisers, Sunderland, and they have it halfway inside the Sky Blues half. And now played out to the right channel. It's a break on for Sunderland down the right, involving Morgan there. And it comes now to Honeyman. Honeyman to the right wing, back to the Sunderland captain, George Honeyman, scorer of their first goal. He plays it to his left where he finds Baldwin. Baldwin to Oviedo. Oviedo now for Sunderland. He manages to run through a couple of Sky Blues players, and the ball's played into the edge of the penalty area. Shot comes, it's deflected and in. Real bad luck for the Sky Blues. It's scored by Max Power, but it got a wicked deflection, which gave Lee Burge no chance at all. And that's really tough on Coventry City. It's 4-4.
Yeah, very unlucky. As I say, McGeady played the ball, it's laid back, and it come back to Power, and he's trying to side put it round the defender, and it's taking a deflection there. And you know, football is a strange game. This could go still either way. This could be a 5-4. We said a half an hour ago, didn't we, Martin?
Yep.
This could be 5-4 at any team, and it's been a credit to both teams. No one deserves to lose this match. It's been a wonderful advert of football, and Sky Blues have been very unlucky.
Well, it's 2 of the goals now. They've got wicked deflections. That was particularly unfortunate because it was a pretty harmless looking shot from the edge of the area. If it not got a deflection, it would be an easy save for Lee Burge, but as it is, the deflection wrong-footed him. He had no chance. And now the Sky Blues find themselves pegged back to 4-4, and Sunderland will believe they can go on and win this game from here. What a game it's been, though. I have to say that. It contributed to a magnificent game, as they did against Barnsley. As 2 players go in for a challenge there, the referee's happy enough with it, and Jordan Shipley wins it for the Sky Blues and gets it out to his left. Surely the Sky Blues can't get a 5th, can they? Here's Mason breaking down the left. Strong tackle on him. Well, the referee, has he given a free kick or not? Has he given a throw-in? That's surely a foul.
He's went in strongly there. I've seen him.
And he got a bit of the ball, yeah, but he got a lot of the man. And in the modern game, that has to be a foul.
That was like a 70s tackle, wasn't it? He just went straight through him, ball in man.
Well, I don't think he's given a free kick, the referee. He's brought the physio on. Elsewhere, Bristol Rovers now lead Bradford 2-1. Not Johnson Clark-Harris this time. And if you just want to quieten the Sunderland fans a little bit, Barnsley have gone 3-1 up against Fleetwood. But it does mean Sunderland desperately need to win this game, which could make it a very interesting one. It could give the Sky Blues chances on the break if Sunderland feel they have to win this. Charlton lead Luton by 2-1. And ridiculous booing from the crowd. I'm afraid that's a modern game now. When a player's injured, they get booed by the opposition supporters. But Mason receiving treatment, and we've already had one stoppage which lasted over a minute. Keep an eye on how long this one lasts, because that's the time that we added on at the end. Sky Blues haven't used any of their substitutions so far. And Mark Robbins is having a chat with Adrian Vivash. And have you got your application in for the Walsall job? But Will they consider substitutions, I wonder? They might be forced into one. Junior Brown is on the bench, so if Mason doesn't make it, presumably Brown could come on for him. Sky Blues just running the ball into touch as they were crowded out of it. Sunderland with their tails up at the moment. Mason's hobbling back on, but it doesn't look great to me. I think he might struggle to stay on. And Hyam volleys the ball clear for the Sky Blues up to halfway, and then it's volleyed straight out there by Max Power. And it's a throw into Coventry City. Burton lead 3-0 at Scunthorpe now in League One. The bottom of the Football League, Yeovil have gone a goal down against Crawley. So they're in real danger of being dragged out of the Football League. But here are Sunderland at 4-all. But Thomas commits a foul. The referee plays an advantage. It comes out to Brian Oviedo for Sunderland. He cuts inside. Kelly gets a tackle in though for the Sky Blues, but the ball runs kindly for Sunderland, and they have it again out to the left to Aidan McGeady, the substitute. He plays it towards the edge of the area, but it's intercepted by Sterling, and Thomas picks it up. He plays it down the right for Bakayoko to chase. Bakayoko now with the ball. He cuts inside, squares it to Huwula. Huwula in a central position, running towards the penalty area, tries to go past the defender, but O'Neill got the better of him and made the tackle. Huwula now trying to press Aneen back, but and they do win the throw-in as a result of that, the Sky Blues. Sunderland trying to take the throw, but short. Oh no, they did. Well, the assistant referee was signaling Coventry's way, which is how it looked from up here, but clearly it mustn't have been because the referee's overruled him and no one's arguing.
Similar pattern though, wasn't it? I mean, he did brilliant there, didn't he, Luke Thomas, on the ball, and suddenly it's 3v3, Coventry forwards against 3 Sunderland defenders, but Sunderland managed to break it up. Anybody's game this, it really is. Could go either way.
Here's Dujon Sterling now for Coventry City down the right wing. He's tackled. Sky Blues get a throw half inside the Sunderland half. They're still going forward, the Sky Blues. They still feel they can win this. Either team could. Notts County are 2-0 down against Crewe now, so not looking great for Michael Doyle and his team at the moment. Sky Blues of Enna Bakari finds Mason in space. Mason actually seems to be okay now. Thought he might be struggling, but seems to be all right. Plays the ball back to Hyam. Hyam gives it to Davis. Davis forward. Oh, he couldn't find Thomas. And Sunderland get it back to their keeper. And the ball is cleared by the Sunderland keeper. It's headed forward by Sterling. 4-4 here at the Stadium of Light. Just a slight reminder of some of those early games at Six Fields that most Sky Blues fans didn't see because they weren't going to the games. But they had a 5-4 and a 4-all in fairly quick succession, I seem to recall. It's a throw in to Sunderland, level with the Sky Blues penalty area. Sky Blues haven't been behind in the whole game. It'll be hard to take if they do fall behind late on. But here are Sunderland trying to get the lead for the first time, halfway inside the Sky Blues half. But McGeady's onto it. Thomas gets it half away. It's back with McGeady. Thomas in there again with a tackle. It's gone out for a Sunderland throw. Now Thomas has gone down. The crowd again being cynical about that. And Luke Thomas, the referee, is going to call the physio on.
Connor Chaplin and Charlie Wakefield look as though they're going to be introduced into the action.
Well, the pace of Wakefield might be interesting. QPR now leads Swansea 4-0 in the Championship. Lincoln's champagne might be on ice because they've been pegged back against Charlton 1-1. That might be enough depending on other results. Charlton lead Luton 3-1 now at the top of League One. They do have a bit of breathing space to Luton. Latest in the Premier League then of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. So far it is Brighton 0, Bournemouth 2, Burnley 1, Cardiff 0, Fulham 1, Everton 0, and Southampton 2, Wolves 1. Leamington 3-1 up against Alfreton, and Eatonborough trailing by a goal to 0, and Coventry Rugby leading by 31 points to 17 against Nottingham, having secured the bonus point try. Warwickshire 7-1 following on. They are still 151 runs behind Kent.
Substitution down there, Clive.
And so we are going to see.
Well, it's Wakefield on for Luke Thomas and Connor Chaplin for Bryce Anabakari.
So that interesting. He has taken a few knocks out of Bakari, and Connor Chapman comes on for him. Cov have conceded 2 quick tries. They now lead by just 2 points, 31-29. Quite a finish at the Butts Park Arena to their home season. This one's a thriller as well. It could go either way. It's 4-all. Sunderland have it halfway inside the Sky Blues half, and the ball's played forward. It's intercepted by Dom Hyam. Hyam gets it out to his left, where he finds Mason. Mason forward to Huwula. The Sky Blues just still with the ball outside their own penalty area, needing to bring it forward. Shipley chips it forward. Huwula lets the ball run, but it's picked up by a Sunderland player, and Sunderland have it now on the right wing, and they play it towards the Sky Blues penalty area. Tom Davis has to scramble the ball away. Oh, it's well kept in. That was good work by Huwula, and he finds Mason to Kelly. He gives it to Chaplin. Connor Chapman lays it to his right to Sterling. Sterling crosses the halfway line. Charlie Wakefield is on the pitch. I didn't see him come on. He's on the right hand side. Wakefield now on for Luke Thomas. Gets the ball into the penalty area. It comes to Chaplin. Chaplin trying to find room for a shot. Shoots. Scores. Can you believe this? The Sky Blues take the lead again. And his substitute Connor Chapman has got it. It's 5-4 here at Sunderland. And Connor Chapman celebrates in front of the Sunderland fans, which, needless to say, doesn't go down well. But Coventry City, what an effort they're putting up here at the Stadium of Light. It's Sunderland 4, Coventry City 5.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. He's just come on, the lad, and he gets a goal like that. Absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, Clive Martin, you blink, you miss something. You're absolutely fantastic. 5-4. I did say about an hour ago, it's could be 5-4. Could be the Sky Blues, could be some.
Hopefully,
it's what else have you got on that at the start of the game, Nick?
5-4.
A yellow card, I think, to Connor Chapman for over-exuberant celebrations.
But what a substitution, double substitution. Charlie Wakefield just come on for Luke Thomas, plays the ball into Connor Chapman, who just come on for Anna Bakari, and it was one of those moments where you thought he just missed the chance to pull the trigger, turn the other way, and then found the top of the net. Had to be top corner to beat John McLaughlin again. 5-4 to the Sky Blues.
Oh, straight away, Sunderland are threatening an equaliser. Surely not. Tom Davis just scrambles the ball away. Goodness me. How many goals do the Sky Blues have to score to win this game?
Incredible football match.
Sunderland now on the right wing with a cross. Oh, Kelly's hit it the wrong direction. Unfortunately, Lee Burge gathers it. Some Sunderland fans are claiming a back pass, but it certainly wasn't. He meant the ball to go completely the opposite direction there, Liam Kelly. But he got away with it, and it goes to Lee Burge, who holds it in his hands. What a game. The Sky Blues, they haven't scored 5 this season in any game. The highest they scored this season was 4 against Bradford. I think from memory they got 6 somewhere last season, towards the end of last season. But anyway, this is untypical of this season's performance. 5 different players scoring as well. They lead 5-4 at Sunderland. You have to laugh, really, don't you? It's a bizarre game, and it's still plenty of time to go, I have to say. I wish I could say it's the 93rd minute, but it's not. We still have 10 minutes of normal time to go.
There's a long way to go yet.
There's a very long way to go.
I tell you what, this might even finish 5-4.
And the good news for Sunderland's feet, we've got one back against Barnsley. The bad news for Sunderland is Barnsley have got 4-2 ahead again. So they're heading for a victory, it would seem. Some high-scoring games around the place then today. Also in league, in the Championship, Premier League rather, Fulham are leading Everton 2-0. That's a bit of a surprise on current form. Ryan Babel's got the second goal. Portsmouth lead Rochdale 4-1 in League One. Villa 2-0 up against Bristol City in the Championship. Sky Blues have the ball in the corner on the right-hand side inside the Sunderland half. Here's Charlie Wakefield, fed by Sterling, but he has the ball taken off him. And Sunderland have it in the Premier League. Southampton 3-1 up against Wolves. The Sunderland give it away in a dangerous position. Sky Blues can't take advantage, and they play a long, hopeful ball forward, and that might actually be chased down there by Morgan, and Mason does well to get there. And just going back to the goal, I think it was Mason, wasn't it, who kept the ball in when it looked like it was going out on the left hand side, and that started the move for the goal. So Give him some credit for that. And here he is defending again. Gets the ball to Hyam. Hyam's clearance isn't all that convincing, but the Sky Blues managed to keep it. And now it's Bakayoko out to the left. Or a return ball from Hawula was a bit too quick, and Bakayoko couldn't reach it. But the ball is kicked straight into touch for a Sky Blues throw.
Yeah, and Sky Blues can't wait for that whistle, but there's going to be what? There's going to be quite a bit of stoppage.
I would think. Well, there was that stoppage when 2 substitutions were made during that stoppage. So I reckon we're on about 4 to 5 at the moment to be added on. Sunderland are making another substitution, their last one. Benji Kimpiolko comes on, and he's replacing Lewis Morgan. Sunderland. If at the start of the day someone said Sunderland were going to score 4 goals, I thought, oh dear, that's going to be a long journey home then.
Nick, you'd have been here on your own.
It's Sunderland 4, Coventry City 5 at the Stadium of Light.
Unbelievable game.
The Sky Blues, who've never been behind in this game, remember, have it now with Shipley, who plays it into the Sunderland half. And it's picked up by Sunderland, whose supporters, I think, can barely, well, we can't believe it really, but they can barely believe what they're seeing. They don't normally concede this many goals at home. However, they're coming forward. They're looking for yet another equaliser. Sunderland, they might find it. A shot from outside the area. Burge saves. Dives to his left. No wicked deflection this time to wrong foot him. And he's able to gather Sterling's shot. And now another Sky Blues player's gone down. And the crowd again give their verdict. But it will be another stoppage. And the referee will add the time on, though. So it's just going to make it even more nervous finish. A few goals going elsewhere in the Premier League. Brighton in real trouble. 3-0 down now at home to Bournemouth. David Brooks has got their 3rd goal. Dwight Gale has got at least 3, I think, for West Bromwich Albion. They lead Preston 4-0 in the Championship. And here, another delay. So let's remind you of the goal scoring. Might take a bit of time. Sky Blues going ahead in the first half. The first goal being scored by Bright Bakari after 12 minutes. They weren't ahead for very long before George Honeyman equalised 3 minutes later. Then the Sky Blues, through Amadou Bakayoko on 18, Jordi Hawura in the 25th minute, went 3-1 up. Sunderland level by half-time through Charlie Wyke and Will Grigg. The Sky Blues 4-3 ahead early in the second half. I've lost track now. Through Jordan Shipley. Then the next equaliser for Sunderland from Max Power from a wicked deflection. And then Connor Chaplin scoring what we hope might be the winner. Let's hope the Sky Blues don't have the finish, though, that Cov Rugby have. I'll tell you about it in a minute, but suffice to say they've lost. And here comes Sunderland, but it's intercepted by Dom Hyam. Yeah, Cov have lost by 32 points to 31. And here the Sky Blues breaking. It's Bakayoko into the penalty area. It's a great chance. It could so easily mean 6, but the keeper saves and gets it out for a corner.
Well, I think that would have sealed it.
Great play,
Great play by Coventry City. Bakayoko, I mean, you could say he should do better. It's a good save by McLaughlin Sunderland's goal.
He did force a save, didn't he? But it's somebody not to score, but they have got 5, to be fair to them, between them. So Cov have lost then in fairly heartbreaking fashion. They'll get a losing bonus point and a try bonus point as well. So they did pick up a couple of points, but they've lost by 32 points to 31 at Nottingham. It's been a big step up for them in the Championship this season. And despite some disappointments, I think their supporters will feel they've done pretty well. Corner for the Sky Blues. Shipping an away swinger. It's headed away. And Sterling, will he get to the loose ball first? No, it's picked up by Sunderland by McGeechan. And it's a poor clearance. It's straight to Dom Hyam. Hyam to Connor Chaplin. Chaplin out to the right to Sterling. Sterling back to Chaplin, who continues his run. He's inside the penalty area. He knocks it into the area, but couldn't quite get enough on it. But Sunderland's clearance is desperate. And that will suit the Sky Blues. They get a throw in.
Good play by Coventry. You can see they've just raised the game a little bit, Coventry. I'm not saying they haven't won this game yet, but they are pressing and they've done really well.
4 minutes of normal time to go. What they're doing, is they're keeping the ball inside the Sunderland half, aren't they, at the moment? And managing the game. Here's Charlie Wakefield on the right wing for Coventry City. Wakefield walking with the ball, pushes it back to Sterling. Sterling now, back to Kelly. Sky Blues keeping possession well. Wakefield on the right wing, just lost control of it though and has it taken off him. So Sunderland will try and build from deep. Long ball up to the halfway line, flicks off Davis's head, handball appeals are turned down, and Hyam finds Shipley in space. Shipley the through ball just overhit as he looked for Huwula, and Connor Chapman turns around and says, calm down.
Yeah,
just a bit of adrenaline there as he hit the ball. He saw the opportunity, but he hit the ball too hard.
He's just trying to force the pass there, hasn't he? I mean, the time's ticking up now to 90 minutes plus stoppage time, but just going to try and keep the ball a bit now, Coventry City.
3 minutes of normal time to go. Let's say about 5 minutes of stoppage time. Wakefield plays the ball up towards halfway. It's now played by Kelly into the Sunderland half, into no man's land. Sunderland will get to it. Sky Blues pressing. Good challenge from Bakayoko. Sees the ball go out for a Sunderland throw. Throw it into the Sky Blues half, but the Sky Blues deal with it. Hyam kicks it long up to halfway. Wakefield gets his head onto it. Sunderland volley the ball into the Sky Blues territory. Hyam up there again, wins the header well. Shipley volleys it deep into the Sunderland half. Sunderland will collect it, but they're having to start again from deep. We've got 2.5 minutes of normal time now. Was that a foul? Oh, it's a free kick given away by Liam Kelly, who'll be frustrated by that. Probably not a shooting chance, but certainly an opportunity for Sunderland to get a set piece in the penalty area, and we know the Sky Blues have not been great at defending set pieces this season.
He's careless here, Liam Kelly. He's just got to stand up. He doesn't have to commit to the ball there. You know, he's gone in there. He's given Needers free kick away, but it's 35 yards out of the angle. He's going to try and cross the ball in here, McGeady.
Yeah, so here's the free kick, curled in, was flicked on, half cleared, and it comes to Chapman. Oh, if he can find him, what he has done, and the Sky Blues have got 3 against 1 here as they break into the Sunderland half. Can they convert this? It comes through to the middle. Here's Huwula. Oh, it's just tackled, and it's good defending in the end by Sunderland. The break on the left actually was from Mason, and Sunderland did well to get defenders back and crowd Huwula out of it as the Sky Blues look to get the goal on the break. They can't, though. They cannot score 6 goals at Sunderland, surely. They lead 5-4.
You never know. It's been that sort of afternoon, hasn't it? It's been a fantastic game.
Sky Blues are going to make another substitution here.
Westbrook on for Jordi Huwula. Extra man in midfield.
Yeah, well, Jordi Huwula, goal scorer. He remains top scorer. He's in double figures now. He's done his part. And Zane Westbrook gets a brief cameo. And no doubt he'll be encouraged to keep the ball. It's his 5th league appearance. Zane Westbrook, 3 starts and now 2 sub-appearances. Warwickshire have lost another wicket. They are 16 for 2, and Dobbs Sibley's out. They could well be heading for defeat in their opening championship game of the season against Kent. Sky Blues have to face a throw-in level with their penalty area. It's been taken short. Sunderland looking to get a cross in from the right-hand side. Crowd urging them to hurry up. The ball's played into the area now. White gets a header onto it. Kelly volleys it in some sort of direction. It's with Sunderland just outside the penalty area. They get it out to the right flank, and the cross comes in, and Burge gathers it. It wasn't a great cross, and Burge watched it carefully.
8 minutes.
And grabbed it into his hands. 8 minutes of stoppage time. Well,
that's a lot of time, isn't it?
It does seem quite a lot. I mean, I'd say the referee's consistent. He played 5 in the first half. Normally, for me, referees don't play quite enough, but this one's played, well, maybe 8 minutes too many. Anyway, the Sky Blues know they've got that to deal with. Johnson Clark Harris has scored yet again for Bristol Rovers. They lead Bradford 3-2. That's his 2nd goal of the game. It's only against the Sky Blues he couldn't score. I think he's got 11 in 10 now. 11 in 11 now. Sunderland have it just on halfway in the Premier League. Callum Wilson scored for Bournemouth. They lead 4-0 at Brighton. The Sky Blues having to defend. Charlie White plays the ball in field. And McGeady now for Sunderland in towards the penalty area. The ball ricochets off a couple of players. Hyam makes a tackle, and the Sky Blues get it away. And it comes to Wakefield. Wakefield's not a good pass from him, really. You see what he was trying to do, but he couldn't find a Sky Blues man. And now the ball's played long. Tom Davis heads it out. That'll be a Sunderland throw. Halfway inside the Sky Blues half. 1 minute of stoppage time played. Still 7 to go, though. Sunderland 4. Coventry City 5.
It's going to be a long 7 minutes as well for those Sky Blue fans.
It certainly is. And here Sunderland with a cross from the left is a good one. It's missed but goes to the far post. It's lobbed across again. Burge manages to get a crucial punch on it, and then is volleyed over the bar by McGeady. He did well there, Burge. Got the punch onto the ball as the cross came in, and McGeady put the ball into the crowd, and the Sky Blues breathe again. Victory for Leamington this afternoon. They've beaten Alfreton by 3-1 coming from behind. Derby now lead Bolton 4-0 in the Championship. And the Sky Blues, can they pull off what will be a famous victory? It might not be enough in terms of the playoffs. Doncaster are winning, but it will still be a really fine victory and something for the fans to enjoy while they worry about all the off-the-field matters. Here's Connor Chapman for the Sky Blues as they look to counter-attack. He couldn't quite find Bakayoko, who ran into the penalty area. Sky Blues are trying to win it back. It's with Sunderland, though, inside their own half. Now Sunderland looking across the halfway line. The ball played forward there by White for Sterling to chase. Keziah Sterling for Sunderland. He's in the penalty area. Good tackle comes in from Hyam and manages to hook the ball away. And Sterling picks it up for Coventry City.
Great challenge by Hyman there. Did really
Shipley,
well.
I should say. Shipley's ball, though. Mason couldn't quite control it, and he's tackled, and Sunderland will come again. They're outside the Sky Blues penalty area. A bit of too much space here for substitute Kipioka, but he couldn't take advantage. And now Wakefield runs away. They try to drag him back. They tried to tackle him late. They couldn't stop him. He's played a 1-2 with Chaplin, and then unfortunately he lost control of the ball. What a pity, but his pace caused Sunderland all sorts of problems there. Sky Blues get it back though, and it comes towards Wakefield on the right. He can't reach it. Sunderland has kicked the ball high in the air up to halfway. Kelly's battling to win it, and Westbrook's in there as well. It comes to Davis in the end. He finds Shipley. Jordan Shipley for the Sky Blues on halfway. 3 minutes of stoppage time seen off. 5 more to go. Bakayoko inside the centre circle. Forward to Chaplin. Chaplin to Westbrook. On the halfway line to Sterling. Sterling forward for Bakayoko to chase. He might just get there, Bakayoko. In the end, he was tackled. The ball ricocheted off him. And despite his appeals, it looked like a goal kick from here. And it looked like a goal kick to the referee. So it's a goal kick to Sunderland.
Tell you what, Coventry City and the Sunderland players have worked the socks off today, haven't they? Both teams are tired now.
They are.
It's been a great advert. This has been a really good game of football. And if I'm honest here, Coventry City deserve to win this match.
Well, they do. Even if they don't, got to give them some credit here.
Really well.
Westbrook's just lost the ball, but may have got away with a possible foul there. And Kelly wins it for the Sky Blues. Connor Chaplin now out to Wakefield on the right wing. Sky Blues trying to keep the ball, but Sunderland desperate to get it back, and they have got it back. They have seen 4 minutes of stoppage time gone now. Halfway through that stoppage time. Sunderland play a long ball forward. Brandon Mason gives chase. Seems to be none the worse for wear for his earlier injury, and he clears for a Sunderland throw just inside. Yes, it has gone out. Just inside the Sky Blues half. Sunderland take it quickly. And now play a long ball forward. It's headed away by Tom Davis. Out for a throw-in to Sunderland. Level with the Sky Blues penalty area. The Sky Blues song rings around from over 2,500 Sky Blues supporters here who've done their bit, and they're hoping to celebrate what would be a magnificent victory if they can hold on to. Liam Kelly's been drawn into a foul, and that's about 30 yards out, and that's going to be nervy for the Sky Blues. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be played, and Sunderland have a free kick and
dangerous,
have a real
Clive.
chance
dangerous
here.
Position here, dangerous. Got to get his wall lined up, Lee Birch.
Yeah.
Properly.
Well,
it's going to be some shot making to beat him. 30
it is a fair way out. Not quite as far as the earlier one, which was an easy save.
But it is
Aidan McGee's over this one.
And he scored from a similar distance in the Checkatrade Trophy final.
Well, let's hope he doesn't do it here. 4-man wall. Here's McGeady. Hold your breaths. It's over the bar. Breathe again.
Bigger goals at Wembley.
Sky Blues lead by 5-4. The Edinburgh been beaten by Bradford Park Avenue. That's finished 1-0. Coventry City are nearly there. It's 2 minutes of stoppage time to be played. There might be a bit more added on as Lee Burge walks like an old man with the ball before putting it down. A lot of Sunderland fans are heading for the exit. Sky Blues fans are singing cheerio to them as they head home. Sunderland facing their first home defeat of the season in League One. Can the Sky Blues finish it off and inflict that on them? The long kick from Lee Burge. Dom Hyan wins a header in midfield. Kelly pokes it forward. It comes back to Sunderland, though. They'll come again. And they are specialists at scoring late equalisers, Sunderland. But they give the ball away on this occasion. Tom Davis back to his keeper, Burge. Burge, first time kick is not a great one, but it does get it away. Sunderland give the ball away to Kelly. Liam Kelly for Coventry City. To Connor Chaplin. Chaplin doesn't quite hit the pass hard enough. He was looking for Mason and he's given it away, and it's Keziah Sterling. Good tackle by Mason, but he's then penalised as Keziah Sterling falls over him. Little unlucky there, but free kick given.
He was unlucky, yeah. He's doing well there, Mason. Getting a good challenge, and he's worked hard on that left hand side there. Clock's ticking, Clive.
Well, it is, but it's a free kick to Sunderland. We're in the last minute of scheduled stoppage time. This free kick is just over 10 yards inside the Sky Blues half. It'll be a long ball in towards the edge of the area. And it's floated in now, and it's still inside the penalty area. It's headed forward. Davis gets a header onto it, and there's an offside. And never has a assistant referee's flag been cheered so loudly this season by the Sky Blues supporters.
Yeah, brave flag there. Linesman spot on.
20 seconds of stoppage time to go. Almost unbelievable scoreline here. Sunderland 4, Coventry City 5. And Sky Blues have had so many problems scoring goals this season, have scored 5 against Sunderland and needed every one of them.
Yeah, it's been a great game this. Great advert for football. And Coventry City deserve to win this game.
Could be it now.
They deserve to win it.
Down to the referee now.
Still 8 points off the playoffs.
Never mind that. It's all over. What a win. What a win from Coventry City. Boos from the home crowd. Who cares about that? The Sky Blue supporters celebrate. That is a magnificent victory. It probably won't be enough to get the Sky Blues in playoff contention, but what a win for the supporters to enjoy. They've beaten Sunderland 5-4. They've shown great character, taking an early lead, pegged back, 3-1 up, pegged back, 4-3 up, pegged back, and still they won. 5 different players scoring. A thoroughly deserved victory. Sky Blues players hugging each other, patting each other on the back, and heading towards the far corner where, high up in the gods, the Coventry City fans have witnessed the performance of the season, surely. Certainly the most dramatic, certainly the most exciting, and the Sky Blues have pulled off a remarkable result. The first team to beat Sunderland here at the Stadium of Light this season in League One. The first team to put more than 2 goals past them here. They put 5 past them, and Coventry City come away with all 3 points. It's certainly thrown the automatic promotion chase very much in limbo. It's given Barnsley great encouragement. Mark Robbins has done a big favour to one of his former clubs, but the Sky Blues will enjoy this win. No matter they're still 8 points off the playoffs, that's probably gone, but they have pulled off a victory that they are thoroughly enjoying at the moment and deserve to. 0800 75 65 200 the number to call. You can text 81333, start your message CW, tweet us at BBC Cov Sport. We'll talk a bit more about this from here in a moment. Let's check the latest traffic and travel details next here on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire travel.
And Nicola has the latest.
On the M14 northbound, traffic is easing after an earlier accident from junction 15 at the Warwick bypass to junction 16 at Stratford Road.